What's up, you guys? It's Shader Gamer back with another video, back with another banger. Look, you guys, hit the subscribe button, join the Shady Team today. If you're not joining the Shady Team yet, then what are you doing? Because on this channel, I cover the latest MultiVersus news, and you guys, we got a fire topic today. So a good question was asked on Twitter by Venus. Shout out to Venus, link to their Twitter in the description. They went ahead and asked a very good question, and that question being, do you believe MultiVersus has an infinite number of slots for characters? And the question was a poll, and the poll says 65% says yes. Yeah, it's a small sample size. It's only like 400 people that went ahead and voted on it, but I think that most people probably actually agree with this, and I agree with it myself. And before I go ahead and give my opinion why, I want to go ahead and play a few things that came directly out of Tony's mouth himself to go ahead and back up my opinion, because I like to have stuff to back up my opinion. Now, this is what Tony, the lead developer for MultiVersus, said out of his own mouth. These are multiple clips with him saying something in particular when it comes to characters for MultiVersus that he said multiple times. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the clips play, and then I'm gonna go ahead and explain why I pulled these clips and what's my opinion. So go ahead and let it roll.
New ideas. MultiVersus emphasizes teamwork and social play with an ever-expanding, diverse cast of characters that you know and love. Our vision for MultiVersus is that anyone and anything is possible. We'll serve our community with regular updates, including new characters, modes, skins. Our open beta has been an important learning opportunity for us and a stepping stone to the next phase of MultiVersus. We know there's still a lot of work to do. As a result, we have a clearer view of what we need to focus on, specifically the content cadence of new characters, maps, and modes to give you more ways to enjoy.
Alright, you guys, now the first thing that Tony said in the first clip that played, he said, with an ever expanding diverse cast of characters that you know and love. So that's the first thing he said. That's a key point, talking about characters. He said ever expanding. And then in the second clip, when he was talking about updates for the game, the first thing that he mentioned was characters. Why did he go ahead and say characters? Because they know that's the #1 thing that is going to go ahead and bring players in is characters. If you release a new character, guess what? People gonna want to go ahead and play the game or try out the new character or something like that. Or you might finally put a character in the game that people actually will want to go ahead and play the game just to play as that one character they always wanted in a game. And then with the last clip, which is from when they went ahead and talked about the open beta was finally closing and that they were gonna return in 2024 because they posted that video last year, he went ahead and said that, you know, it's been a learning experience and that they have a clear vision of what they want to do when it comes to character stages and so on and so forth. And guess what? He brought up characters first. Why? Because MultiVersus and Player First Games and WB understand the one thing that's going to allow this game to succeed for a long time is if they give the community new characters every so often. And to think about it, I don't see them ever going back to giving us new characters every 2 weeks. But I know I did talk to Tony. I did a video, link to the videos in the description, where I gave him an idea about how about every month y'all just give us one stage, a pack of cosmetics and stuff like that, like new skins and all for the characters, and give us one new character a month. And guess what? Tony has said that they was already working on something like that. Now, one game I always make a comparison to for MultiVersus is Fortnite. Reason why? Because if you look at the fact that the game is free to play, if you look at the fact that they push cosmetics and everything for us to buy and all like that, and even the layout of the game when you get on the home screen menu of the game, guess what? It's really similar to Fortnite, which I call MultiVersus. And I'm not talking about in success wise, I'm talking about style wise and the cosmetics and everything. I call MultiVersus the Fortnite of fighting games. And then on top of that, it's a live service game just like Fortnite. Now with live service games, you got to go ahead and always give people new stuff to want to go ahead and play, because guess what? They rely off of people spending money on cosmetics. And one of the things is that new characters is what bring people in. So I always see them adding new characters in the game, and I believe the game will have an infinite roster as long as the game exists. If the game shut down, then mean, obviously they can't have an infinite roster, but guess what? If the game, shut down or whatever it may be, guess what? There's no such thing as an infinite roster. But as long as the game is alive, guess what? We're gonna always get new characters, and I really believe that, especially off of the stuff that Tony said. Now, you do have some people that might be on the opposite side of this. Shout out to my boy Slackers, one of the best MultiVersus YouTubers on this platform, but he went ahead and actually had a different take to what I said about it. I said, this is actually a good video topic, and he said, isn't the obvious answer no? No game has an infinite amount of space. And I went ahead and I said this. I said, honestly, I don't think it's that obvious. Some games like League of Legends, which Tony worked on, always add characters to the game. I kind of look at MultiVersus similar to Fortnite. They always adding new skins to the game and will always do so as long as the game is around. And I went on to also say, of course, adding skins is way easier, but I'm sure as long as MultiVersus exists, they will always add new characters to the game. It's a live service game. I don't see them ever stopping unless something weird happens, which I'm referring to like if the game were to shut down or whatever it may be. But hey, my guy went ahead and responded and said this. Like you said, characters and skins are 100% different. Characters will always bring a new aspect to a game. Games like MultiVersus have to be balanced around characters. Fortnite never has to balance their game around skins because skins aren't the gameplay focus. You can add all the skins you want, but the game never changes. Characters will always change the game, and eventually balancing the game becomes impossible. Therefore, I don't believe there is possibility for infinite characters. And I responded and I said, I understand that point of view. I just don't see them stopping unless the game itself stops altogether. I understand the balancing thing, but honestly, no game is ever perfect with balancing. There's some games that comes close, but nothing ever perfect. And I want to say shout out to Slackers though, man, like for real, cause like this guy right here, you could disagree with him and he respectful about it, cause we both understand that it's just video games and stuff like that. Now, do I agree with him? No, I don't. I don't agree with him because like I said, unless the game stops, I always see them adding new characters to the game, because then imagine MultiVersus come out and say, hey, we ain't adding no more new characters to the game. I'm gonna say this. That is not going to be really good for that going to be a PR nightmare. Like, even if they have like 100 or 110 characters, because one thing that make MultiVersus, so special is the fact that we can always expect another character coming to the game, and there's always hope that one of your most wanted characters is going to be in the game. And like the example I brought up earlier about League of Legends. League of Legends have over 160 characters and stuff like that. And I'm sure with MultiVersus having a way bigger staff than what they had before, because I think at this point they got over 100 employees compared to when they was doing the open beta, they only had like 10 people working on the game, if that. I think it was like around 6 or 7 really, but now they got like close to like 100 if not more working on the game, balancing and stuff like that, putting out updates and patches and everything. I'm sure it's about to be a lot more easy and a lot more smoother to deal with this time around, especially they go ahead and be like, look, we're gonna put out one character a month, we're gonna promote this character and stuff like that. And then guess what, while they wait for the next character to come out, they got time to balance out the character and stuff like that as well. That's if they actually do one character a month, but it look like they will, because like I said, link to the video in the description of me talking to Tony and everything, and y'all see why I'm saying that, because I don't just say something without posting in the video some type of proof or whatever it may be to go ahead and back up my opinion or any statement that I have. But you guys, before I go ahead and close this video out, hey look, make sure I hit the subscribe button, join the Shade Team today, join the official Shade Team membership so that way you can go ahead and get your name displayed in the video as well, get your little shout out. And of course, man, shout out to Venus, shout out to Slackers, shout out to my brother Exodus, man. Go subscribe to them on YouTube and go follow Venus on Twitter. But you guys, I want y'all to do me a favor. I want y'all to comment down below and let me know, what do y'all think about this? Do y'all see MultiVersus having an infinite amount of characters, or do you see them stopping at some point because whatever reason you may have? I really want to hear your opinion on this. I think this is a very good topic. I really want to see what y'all have to say about this. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share the video, and also subscribe and join the Shade Team. Join the Shade Team. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to the Shade Team as always, and I'm out.